Hello and welcome to OmniRota. This presentation is to be used by staff administering OmniRota for open shifts. In this case, we'll be requiring shifts on these days, these sessions, and for each shift we'll be requiring one lead support assistant, 6 vaccinators, and 6 support staff. If we look at the vaccination slots, we can see the staff that are allowed to fill this particular slot. We can also dynamically allocate rooms. For example, the system will fill each of these pods automatically as the staff are allocated that slot. The staff that are allowed to fill each slot are recorded here, and we'll see that it's all of the lead support staff, and doctors and applicable nurses are available to fill the vaccination slot, and the admin staff are not. For each staff member, we'll require their name, their staff type, the number of sessions that they're able to fill a week, their email address, which sessions they're available to fill, and which days they have off. There are apps for both Android and Apple. Here is the Android app for your individual doctors, where they can apply for leave, view their rota of course, change their profile, view notifications, and apply for swaps or for particular open shifts. The system has a comprehensive leave management module built in to ensure that doctors are not allocated sessions when they're on leave. Here, for example, the leave can be added by the doctors themselves. So if we refresh, we'll see that that leave has now been applied for, and it can be managed and approved via the administrator screen. Leave can also be imported directly from your existing HR system. The system will create a rota for you based on the information that we've provided in what sessions each individual can do, what days they're available, whether or not they're on leave. As you can see here, each of the different slots in each of the sessions have been filled to the best of the ability of the system. It will highlight where there are gaps. Alternatively, of course, the system could simply create a blank rota and the doctors fill all the slots themselves. Once the rota has been created, your staff will be invited to claim for shifts either through the web browser, if they're using that, or if they're using the app, via the app. If we superimpose the app above your administrator system, we'll see there's a gap for support on the 7th of October. We can see here that it's this particular staff member's day off. However, he can change from off and claim that shift. If we refresh the roster, you'll see that that's been automatically updated. The system has numerous settings built in to enable us to control how these open shifts are claimed, whether or not they can be approved automatically or whether or not the administrator needs to approve it, how long before the rota is actually run can a claim be made. But if we hover over each of these descriptions, it'll explain to us. This is found in settings, rota settings, and then we click on open shifts. If, for example, we need to add an additional staff member to a particular open shift in a rota that's already been created, for example, we need an admin person on the October the 7th on the Thursday night. So we click on add. The session type is admin. We need one staff member. We can select a dynamic room if necessary, or a fixed room. We want to know, of course, who is allowed to fill that slot. Let's say, for example, there are only 3 people that you know are available. You know that that person is available, that person is available. We can then send an invitation to those 3 people, which they will receive either via the app or using their web browser, as well as an email.